I've had this forever and it still doesn't steer for some reason. Let's fix that today. Intro. Okay, so I got this all together. It's got XR modded original SCX 10 axles under it, and basically everything fits well. It has done what it's supposed to up until now. Now I've got to figure out this servo. Somebody had a piece of brass with some holes and it was like zip tied to this thing. Yeah, no, that's not gonna work for me. So what I'll probably end up doing is I'm gonna make a plate that's about the width of this and only, I don't know, probably this wide. I'll make a steel plate, put the servo on it. I'm not 100% sure where the hood is gonna line up because I can't put the servo as far back as I want. So basically the hood ends there. This basically needs to sit right under it. Yeah, I may have to move the front wheels back and then move the rear wheels back, shift the whole wheelbase backwards. I don't know, maybe I can swap the length. Let's check the length. Lengths. Quick like. Be right back. There's our... Okay, so after a little bit of measuring with the old tape here, these are just a tad longer than the rears, and I kind of like that forward. I kind of like the wheels forward just because it gives me a really good approach angle, but I'm gonna have to move them back so that I can fit the servo and everything behind this super sweet custom hood thing that someone made. I've looked into getting another factory hood and maybe possibly using one of the old HPIs that they're supposed to be coming out with. I also have a hard time buying a $45, $50 body just to chop the hood of it off. So it is what it is. But I can redo this. I may just have to make it just a touch longer. I can redo it with my all the derby material stuff, which is I think what this is made out of to begin with. And it's kind of, well, yeah, that's a little bit gangster. So I may redo this anyway. I'm just gonna put it together. I'm gonna put it together and we'll figure it out. That's how we're gonna do this. Okay, so I'm gonna make a plate, tack it on, make sure the servo is good. We'll go from there. Okay, so I got that done. Got the servo mounted. You can kind of see it in there. I made a plate, just kind of tacked it on in there. You can't really see. You can kind of see it. Yeah, let's see if we can. There we go. Anyway, got that on there. Servo is now in place. However, now the servo arm hits the diff. And I bet if I just, I don't know, maybe if I just ground that down and just use that bottom hole, it would be fine. But I can't help myself but want to try and move the wheels back in the chassis. So that's what I'm going to do real quick. After a while, I finally got this thing to where it'll steer. What I ended up having to do was I had to space the servo up because it was hitting the diff still. I lopped off the bottom hole and I built all this. It does have a bent link on it, but at full compression straight up and down, it's really close. However, when it articulates this way, it hits. So I'll probably have to, I don't know, do something. I may chop this down in this corner or something. I don't really know right now. I may just have to deal with it here later because, I don't know, I just don't want to tell you the truth. So I've got that. So now I have to try to get the rear. Now that I've brought the front in, I think I brought it in like a little over a half an inch. So now I've got to take the back out roughly to a, 12.5-inch wheelbase-ish. Let's do it to it. This thing's set up kind of weird. It's 4 Wraith axles, so I do mount the shocks on the outside of the mounts just because the rear is so wide, like your mom, that I can't get everything in correctly. The front's okay, but I may end up taking one of the springs off to make it sag a little bit more, like your mom's ass. That way it's, I don't know, handles a little bit better. Well, I guess I'm done. This has a Dean's plug, and I only have XT60s on my batteries. This is how long I've had this truck ready to go like this, because I've been running XT60s for like a year and a half. So yeah, that's basically it. That wraps it up, regardless of what I want to do or not. So you guys have a good day. I appreciate you. Follow me on Instagram. Check me out on Facebook, Bullman Built RC, little page. I also have a group, Bullman Built RC. And that's all. You guys have a good day. Bye.